Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are still playing TT Classic, and we are quite early into the game, but done a fair bit. So, just to recap, the map is very small. I mean, standard TT Classic size. There's no other option. The colors are slightly different from the more modern versions. We have fewer industries, and I've covered all of the coal mines. Um, Possibly not all the oil fields. There's one there. Um, and some proportion of towns, not all of them, but like we're 5 years into the game. So what I want to do next is think about the extra oil field, um, and also to put that goods output someplace. Now, I'm probably going to. So I don't think the concept of transfer. I don't actually know if it exists in this game. I need to check. Now there's another oil field there. Actually, this one longer accept goods. I don't think we're carrying in any. Uh, hmm. So this is the normal size. You know what? I'm just going to have a boat doing the job. That was probably more expensive than it should have been. So boat. I don't know how good or bad the Pathfinder in this game is, but I vaguely remember it's far from optimal. So yeah, well, such is life. What do you think about me? Excellent. That is indeed. Right. Shipyard. Shipyard. So let's get on with stuff. 220 tons of oil. I will probably need a second one because of course ships are far from being fast. The other thing I can do, should do, and then I don't need to bother with this boy, is to actually just cut through here. Which is exactly what I'll do. As a reminder to everyone, including myself, and I need to set a timer, that's another reminder, is that, yeah, unlike in OTTD, I don't know much about TTD per se, but unlike in OTTD, the capability of ships is limited. So you can only do these ships. There's like oil, coal, and goods. You can't do iron ore. So there's that. So with that out of the way, I am still thinking passengers mail. So passengers mail. Okay, this town's not that advanced. There's a thing. You're stuck. Yeah, it's gonna be expected. Five, six, seven. I think that's one longer than we need, but hey ho. That that should hopefully do. Yeah. Okay. I'm still curious about places. So that's passengers mail. No good. But this town needs to get into the circulation of things. I keep wanting to press delete to clear the screen and then realize that there's no such key in effect in this game. Great. Just the usual reminder that there's a kind of a time gap, a reasonably big time gap between these going live and you seeing them, the episodes that is. So if you have any questions, queries, whatnot, I'll answer them in writing. Yes, I do want the A4. Definitely want the A4. I am also curious if I can get away with putting... No, I can't. Oh well. No, not really. Although that would be a reasonable opportunity for real. Why not? Okay, this has 620 odd. That's obviously significantly fewer people. So yeah, whatever. Double clicks don't work. I said this in the previous episodes. Whenever I say stuff doesn't work, it's not so much of an explicit complaint. It's more of a loud observation each time I try to do something and then realize like, oh sugar, that's not an option. Okay, so this is stock standard. I could just bring it here. My cat's staring at me. Where is this? I could take it there, but I think I'll take it here because there's more likelihood of some interest in dog woods. Mm. Mm. I'm kind of thinking how to do this because I wasn't initially wanting to come through this whole side way, but she's hell not going to go over water. Where am I? Come through here. And honestly, I think it's not that loud. It's a bit 50-50, but ugly. So then I can put the station here and take the wood off. And probably leave it on a 2x2, but I want it. Yeah, well, money needs spending, I guess. I want it here so I can put a dock against it. Yeah. I am going to extend this. Oh no, well I can, I guess. I'm going to M1 initially, which is to say I'm kind of lazy to put a siding. I'm going to assume they are called sidings. I wish that sidings would be like if I put one here but not connected to anything, but hey ho. Okay, so we need to use it, the terrible 42%. But it's going to get a lot better. Does contour clicking work? No. That's on. So I think we've generally covered. No, we have not. This is normal. Well, in that case, I will need a siding. I don't actually know if the singular sidings is a side. Like, I don't know what the singular of this thing is, basically. Mm. So if you're watching the OTTD big map playthrough, not just that, also the boats, I had a keyboard overlay and someone asked me not to use it. And because no one else ever complained one way or the other, I just turned it off. But I don't know why I'm clicking, which may not be a good thing because I'm clicking all over the place. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. Needs to be 7 long. And having more trains also means this has to be not that big, but yeah. Let's waste money. I'm waiting for the train to GTFO. Then I can make this bigger. Yeah, if the game actually lets me do my thing. Cat keeps meowing. It's what cats do, I'm telling you. So we've gone from 42 to 42. Fine. No change. It was long enough ago, like, well, pretty much about 30 years ago. I remember I remember my first million, so to say. When I first got 2 million, probably dollars at the time, I definitely wasn't playing in pounds. And I was all over the place. Whereas, unless you actively have things up, and I'm not even, like, I don't have any planes. And I'm willing to make some form of a bet that will be well over 1 million by in 4 years' time. And I'm not doing anything funky. Right, okay. I still am thinking goods. 500's a bit small. Nah, this takes goods. Ooh, indeed. The other ooh is how do ooh I get goods in here. I mean, I could go around. Goods, no goods. I'm gonna put it here. So what I want is to then utilize opportunities. Do a bit of landscaping. Can I make it? No, sea level's the minimum. Can't go negative. So the point of this whole thing is twofold. A, I want to back up. Because although these guys don't take goods at the moment, but at some point they will. And also by having an extra stop, I can basically run a passenger service. Can I do that? Yes. Can I do that? No. Can I do anything? Maybe. So that comes here. And then what I am hoping is shipyard. Shipyard. I'm just going to assume that we're generally capable of I'm not going to have this full loaded. If you watched my other playthrough, I don't usually bother with mail. But oh well. Also, I think that piece of music is stuck. Even though it's supposed to be shuffle, but it's always on. And it's incredibly annoying. Okay, don't start goods here, start goods here. And that you can actually already do a second one. Right. We're coming here. Make another one. Not fully convinced we'll need to, but worst case I'll sell it. Okay, you 195. One of the many annoyances in this game is that it's actually not possible to know how many trains are stopping in a particular, how many trains are serving a particular stop. I'm looking for not this, this. You know what? There's nothing really stopping me from just having more goods carrying ships and going at the same place. However, I will need a boy. Boy, I mean, do I? I will complain if I do. Full load. Go. Get another one. Okay, I'm going to zoom out. Although, actually, use and abuse. Full load. Full load. Ah, I was about to click the button here that to start all, and then of course there's no such button. Beep beep. fine. I think we're okay. And I don't have a HQ. Well, let's go for that. What's my performance? I should have a much higher performance, a much better HQ based on that. We are doing swimmingly, apart from this. Yeah, I think I need another one of these stones. It's going way too far out. Yeah, I do. Still 42. Full load and go. Find that place again. Find the far, far away. Yeah, now that I'm looking at this map, this is stupid. So, yeah, I kind of come through this whole place to only come back. That makes 0 sense. Me no like. Nope, nope. Is this being used? Not at the moment. I uh, mm, I'm not feeling the connection. I wonder about some of these sounds, like what was the logic behind them? Never mind the abysmal compression quality. So Pathfinder is going to work this out. It's not so much a problem. It's just not long enough. Sigh. So I'm pretty sure trains are going to come down this way, which is good because it's going to relieve a lot of this. And then this is basically all pointless to the extent that I'm just going to get rid of it. Did I really move? No, of course not. I don't really want that there. I presume this came through from the end, and then I point my fingers there. Great, great work. Ooh. No, I did not want that. It just blocks my OCD. And this tunnel. Hello. Okay, fine. We have half an hour. So we've covered the oil stuff. So the next thing should be eeny, meeny, miny, moe, but basically steel, i.e. iron ore. The steel's black. Yep, that's a steel mill. Hang on. We have to kind of head this way, which needs a bit of landscaping. Probably a bit more. I will still take the music down. It's not that enjoyable, and I'm sure if you want, you can listen to whatever other background music in the background, shockingly. That has 4 spaces. I am thinking though, if we want to come down this way, yeah. So we need basically an in and an out. Steel mill in the way. I doubt that. Wow, this place is growing like mushroom. Outstanding. Yeah, oops, I did not want to press that. When I first started to play as a kid, I didn't really speak that much English, and I just knew that outstanding is at the top of the list, but what it actually meant, I didn't know that. Okay, there's a slight fly in the ointment here. Go down this way. Okay, I obviously knew the basics like good, very good. That sort of stuff. Stuff like appalling. I think I may have had to look those up. Yeah, again, that load hung keeps cropping up. Don't worry. I'm reasonably sure that the random number generator in this game is off. Right, we're coming here. I'm not going to check the other window as to how much space this whole game takes up, but My first PC had an 80 megabyte Samsung Apollo hard disk. No, bollocks, 280 megabyte Samsung Apollo 280. This place is going to get very busy. Ah, shit, and this, no. No. I don't want farming products. I want to separate the industries very badly, otherwise it's going to be hell on earth here. So coverage for industries, yes. Yeah, I don't want that. We don't want that. No one wants that. So like of 280 megs, it wouldn't have been a lot, whatever the actual value is. I saw that. I remember when I used up 80 of the 280, I was like, what on earth I'm doing? Like, I'm using so much space. And my other computer currently has 20 terabytes. Don't even bother asking why. So I bought it before the prices went up. And I clearly have less sense than other things. Okay. So now mine, let's attempt to put in another one, such as this. 130. Apart from sheer, why not? Yeah, that song again. I mean, I know I could take it off, make it custom. Yeah, they just all sound the same. This is literally a diesel, the other was Roadhog. Or fine, do this. I'll just need to get here. But I'm lying because I need to get here. Go away. This is a bit long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, too many. Or not enough, or both. I'll just do that. It has to be the weirdest deeper layout. I'll just do that. So we went from 42 to 58. Come back here. Load, off you go. I'm reasonably sure there's a way to change volume in DOSBox X, but that just makes things even more complicated. Plus, it seems to have a tendency to ignore my config saves. Okay, so that's one more. I have mine sorted. There's a third one here. I had said I don't want to take more than 2, but the problem I have is that there's no other steel mill anywhere nearby. These sounds are terrible. Okay. Well. Alright, slight problem. This is a small place. It's an even smaller place. I'm thinking pulling in another hull station here. Yeah. Definitely not that much huge. As I said in previous episodes, we have the stations, so we can do anything we want. Just go win the election, and you can't do that. I'm so used to having a lot more money than I was about to just fill this in. I actually have no intention of filling more than one train on this line because for the time being, these towns are puny. This being the biggest still doesn't really um doesn't really produce that many people. I don't understand the logic about passenger and then call and mail. Oops. Go away. It's fine. There's no cargo distribution, so it's no benefit to sending things back. I'm just coming here. So I started saying that while I'm not a huge fan of having more than two primary industries feeding into secondary industry in this game because of signaling and station limitations, I can't actually. I know what, F it. I'm going to regret this. I was hoping for an in and out. Haha. Where would this go? Maybe. Obviously, we'll need to rework a lot of this. You again. I think, nah, it's normal. Yeah. Right, I should keep up with the changes, but the reality is I just can't. I said this already that I'm not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not long enough. I'm not going to kill off train services on a whim because it's very ad hoc. The changes, they kind of come and go, and to be very honest, the ID GAF. I'm not playing for a perfect score. Don't understand the logic. CMOLGGWI. It's not alphabetical. It's not really. I don't know why I did that. Not really frequency based. It's like wholly ad hoc. Okay, there's now enough steel here to do anything and everything. Just need to find a fake ditty, which is only here. And this vector is going to be epic because all these farms are going to feed into it. God, stop making that noise. Well, I was set for time 12 minutes. Well, actually, this is probably a better spot because I can connect it to boats later, and that's how we're going to. We're making some money. You never made any. So, hold on. Where are you? Like, you shouldn't be here, sort of thing. And then logically, this shouldn't be here, which means at least this belongs here. Little hell I know what. Yeah. And this obviously got turned back. It's coming here to load, even though it's kind of full. I do not understand. So then east is here, and that does take. How and why did you end up there? The depot port's fine-ish. She could speed this up. Like, yeah, that's just to say this basically never made money. Come here, you unload, and then you go back. Obviously. Right, so I was kind of starting to see, so that's why I don't want these big old many serving things. Like, yeah, whatever. That's obviously not going to work. So let's get rid of more trees because why not? Either there or no, probably here. Now that I killed off all those trees. Various thing is, if there was advanced tree planting capability in this game, like plant trees, and then you can do it like one by one. Like if you could do it as in OTDD, where you can just plop down large blocks of it, I'd be a lot more tempted. I'm pretty sure it's one of those annoying songs again. Oops. I mean, we'll need this. 50. Doesn't matter, does it? Do I have anywhere to take this stuff? Nope. Generally not here. Even less so here. Not really. What's the problem? Because we're only using buses, they go very slowly. And I did say I don't want new buses, but I'm struggling with the lack of growth. It's more of a complaint than not, considering that we're only 7 years into the game and I probably didn't necessarily come right here. There's another 2 farms here. Is there a version of events where I can ish, but not really. I was about to say dig up till here. Not optimal. Bit optimal there. Just takes a lot of digging. Not sure I'm willing. No, not that. Okay, none of these take goods. Oh, yeah. Sorted. Fine. So then what I want is this. And kind of head down this genetic direction. Okay, well, if I can't dig any further down, then I can dig a little more freely. So that's good. And I'm trying to do is just I'm going to neglect this. I know. Okay, well, I do need that actually. That's passenger mail. Passenger mail goods. Passenger mail. It's not that great. The one thing is I can't just stop here because there's nothing. Still needs a little more improvement. 160 people. Okay, this bus will never make money. Off you go. I mean, that's fine. Well, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. Or two. But it's still outstanding. Okay, I am going to leave it like so because I kind of need to. We have 4 minutes. That's one thing. The other is that we need to kind of get here, which is a thing. So there's no way I can hook these. Yeah, I could. It's just going to be slightly expensive. It was fun. Let's do it again. So then it can be much bigger, like that. Okay, this does 520. Bloody hell. Okay, well, I know what I'm going to be doing the next episode. Apart from, like, I need to do a little more landscaping. Even that's not going to work. That was fun. Shut up. And that's not going to work. That was fun. And we now have more money coming in, so it's less of a problem. Okay, so if all of these do identical, there's no difference in the output. How much time we have? A minute. Okay, well, it's definitely not going to cut it time-wise. No, I do not want that. Just going to have this big old siding here. Especially because all this stuff needs to come this way. Yeah, that will work. Not. So we're going to do a few of these. Livestock, just come on. I mean, I really don't want to do doesn't matter, does it? Do another bunch. Yeah, that's shut up. That's time. I am going to do this and then stop the game. Full load. Go. Go. Right. So I'm actually going to stop here as is. So yeah, thanks for watching. We're making very good progress. We might even hit 1 million by 1940, which would be the 4 years, especially if I don't spend 1 million on landscaping. So anyway, any thoughts, comments, interactions, likes, whatnot, let me know, please, and I shall see you next time, hopefully. Baby.